Good evening, everyone. It is June 1st, beginning of the month, and we had a beautiful trend up. Let's start off with the S&P high time frame outlook here. You can see we've held this balance high sort of area around 41.88, once again cracking at the high of the year and looking like we'll be targeting this 42.75 to 43.03 area. This August swing high is what we're looking at. Now, on a lower time frame, what I had coming into the week was it just an end of month squeeze on last Friday, this huge ripper, or was it actually going to be a scenario where we hold that 41.88 sort of area and get back above the highs and into 42.75? So far, it's looking like that latter scenario. Now, coming into tomorrow, we will have NFP pre-market, so if it is too volatile, I will not be trading. Otherwise, I will be, and only to the long side. Not only is it a Friday, but we are trading at highs of the year, and the Nasdaq is just freaking ripping as well. I think the entire market was up today. Now, what we had today was a double bottom. We held Wednesday's lows really well. We held this major auction that we sat in for several hours. We held that. We did not get a weekly point of control shift down here. Instead, we got it around the 90s, so it wasn't ideal, so I didn't hit it long. We did then auction afterwards here for about 30 minutes or so. That was our previous day's high, so we auctioned around there seeing if we were going to break out or not. It's rare for us to crack both the overnight high and low. However, we did this day, and I think that may have been part of why there was such a resistance to break out. However, I'm sure we trapped some short, so I will be getting long at 04.5. Above there, I want to be long roughly at the prior week's high at 42.2175, which we made on that Monday session. That RTH Monday session came close to it at the end of Friday's ripper. I want to be long there after a tag of 20.25. Above there, I want to be long 33. I know getting long at the high is a crazy scenario, but I am looking at potentially us getting into these 60s, 70s sort of number. So I want to be long 33s. If we manage to open pretty high up, if we manage to open above 24 or so, I'd be confident in taking this thing long. Essentially, I want to see us opening above the prior week's highs so I can see us get up high, run that external trading hours high from the Monday or Tuesday, whatever it was. Yeah, from Tuesday's session, run this high, and then I'll be bid at 33. Similarly, if we gap up, I want to be long 39 half after a hold of 38 half. So just after a hold of that 95% monthly value area low, value area high, sorry, from May. So that's all I'm looking at on the ES, long biased until a break of 42.04. I think in that scenario, you start to get clogged up somewhere around here and eventually possibly a liquidation scenario down to something like, I'd say about 37 or so, maybe even lower. So not too interested in playing a part in that. Let's move on to the, let's move on to the NASDAQ. Let's see if this thing is actually showing it. Come on. There we go. All right, moving on to the NASDAQ. This thing has done what I thought it would not do. I thought we would not be able to hold these balance highs from April 2022. I thought we'd come in and fill in sort of this Friday ripper. I thought we'd be able to fill that in a bit, get down to about 14K or so, but we have not been able to. We held it back at the highs. So this is just ridiculous. Could not get into that. Held there perfectly. My ideal was a scenario where we would back test 13,800 to 14K, but we've done even better than that. So once again, zero interest in playing this thing short. Right now, it looks like we're just battling this little trend line thing, but I'm sure we'll be able to pop that pretty soon. So in terms of trading this, I'm a bit more eager on the bid. We had a nice auction right around this monthly open. That's also where the weekly point of control shifted. So I'll be taking 98s long. Above there, I want to be long 68 half. That being the prior week's high, roughly. And above there, I want to be long at 94 quarter. That being the monthly, I believe the monthly value area high, 95%. Just checking on another screen. 394 quarter. Yeah, roughly around there. It's the VWAP close, roughly corresponding with that 95% value area high, just about 4 points lower than that. Above there, I want to be long 39.75. That was a really nice balancy level from Tuesday, where we auctioned when wrapping today, where we held once again. So perhaps after a run of these lows or something like that, after a run of After a run of 33 and 3/4, I think that would make the most sense. After 33.75 run. So I want to see those stops get ran, and then we can look at a long scenario there. Above there, if we gap up, I want to be long at the daily close, and above there, I want to be long at the daily high if we gap up above this external trading hours high. So that's how I'm looking at the Nasdaq again. No interest in playing this thing short. I think you'd have to be crazy to be trying to short this thing. For now, we're looking at this next balance about 15,000, and good God, that's not too far from the all-time high. Just insane. It wasn't too long ago that we were thinking, oh wow, where's this market going to go? And now it's up 2,000 points or so. I will note that with the lows this week being so high up, it is likely that momentum starts to slow down. If we throw in a weekly chart here, we've been making higher lows of the week and highs of the week since whatever at the end of April, roughly. And that may be coming to a close if we do not get some sort of major ripper tomorrow. Anyway, let's move on. Dow Jones, check it out. The Dow has managed to reclaim that 33K number. That's what I was watching. I was thinking we could break down a little bit further, but we held this last week's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday sort of balance area, and we've reclaimed that 33,000-ish number. So I don't really want to be long below there. If we reclaim it, lose it, I think we're just going to end up in a liquidation scenario. So right now, I think it's a nice time to have some nice two-way trade between about roughly 33,000 and kind of 33,450-ish, where we still have not made a new high. We have not surpassed a prior week's high. However, we have reclaimed this 33,000-ish number. So in terms of trading this, what am I going to look at? Well, I don't want to actually be interested in those tomorrow. What I will be looking for is I am interested in 806 long. That's after a tag of settlement lows at 793. Above there, I want to be long at 921. That's just been a major area. That's where we just absolutely caught the bid really nicely on that Tuesday RTH session, again on the Wednesday overnight. And you can see it's just been a nice level since then. Pretty much the high of the day during the open today, and then had some nice selling, caught a bid as well. Above there, and I want to be long after a tag of the VWAP close. I'd like to be long 33,004. That's just been a critical level. That's where we caught the bid really nicely on Tuesday, caught it again towards the end of the day, and then it's been a resistance pretty much since then. So I'd be like to be long there, or long where we auctioned at this monthly close at 980. Above there, if we open somewhere around here, try and make a run at the highs and fail, I'll be looking to take 171 short, roughly lining up with that Tuesday high of the day, roughly lining up with that Friday high of the day. So, yeah, kind of around these balanced lows, that high of the day, that high of the day. Essentially, if we fail to take this, I'm looking for a little bit of a reversion back down towards 33,000. Above there, and I want to be short 286, roughly that Tuesday auction. Above there, 357. Above there, 395, 464. None of those have changed. That's all I have. 8.5 minutes. Wow, that was speedy. Managed to get through this in under 10 minutes. Again, this will all be dependent on how much NFP actually moves the market. We've had a massive trend day session across all tickers, not just these three, but crude oil. I think I was getting various alerts throughout the day. Yeah, you can see this: Amazon, CLW, whatever, Tesco. All these guys were getting alerts. RL. So in general, the market's had a large up day. It's not unusual to have a consolidation day after something like that, but you want to be careful of a liquidation scenario as well, or fighting the tape to the upside. So I'm going to see what the inventory looks like heading into the open after that NFP data. We'll update this on Twitter per usual. Have a great night and trade safe.